Welcome, everyone. I'm Lori Carney, your facilitator from the group coaching experience with the 5-day Whole Foods Detox for March of 2018. So I'm going to be sharing my screen with a little PowerPoint, but I want to first say congratulations, you are on day 5 and would love to hear how everyone is feeling. So please check in with me today if you haven't in the last couple days, either on Facebook or via email, and let me know how things are feeling for you. So I'm going to go ahead with sharing my presentation. And hopefully it's going to work. There we go. So I want to make sure that everyone feels grateful for your own experience. Maybe pat yourself on the back or whatever you would like to acknowledge the hard work that you did throughout this last week. I am going to be looking down at my notes from time to time because I want to make sure that I cover everything here today. But in our culture, I feel that we do not always acknowledge the good things that happen in our lives, and we try to focus on the negatives. So for this one, I just want to make sure that you celebrate your success here. So tomorrow morning, you are going to wake up as a graduate of the 2018 Winter 5-Day Whole Foods Detox Program. And, think about which way you want to celebrate your success. Maybe it is a massage. Maybe it's doing something extra fun for the weekend. Maybe it's tomorrow night having that glass of wine. So in this webinar, it's going to be all about transitioning out of the detox. And this detox is only 5 days, but the point of it is so much bigger than that we can look at what's happened this last week and emotionally connect so we can make change in our life going forward. So we're going to be reviewing the Beyond-The-Detox worksheet to have more clarity on what is best for you and your future accountability. If you do not have this worksheet, no big deal. Just grab a paper and a pen or a pencil. Otherwise, it is found in our Facebook group and also in our private webpage group. Going over options and ideas for how you can transition out of the detox so that you can keep the momentum going and keep moving forward into your health journey. So this is the worksheet that we're going to be going over. So first of all, I just want you to write down, how do you feel after 5 days of being on this whole food detox? Are you feeling that you have better sleep? Are you feeling that you have reduced bloating, increased energy, clearer skin, improved clarity of mind? Maybe you have some weight loss. Just take a moment and think about all the things that feel good to you right now. Do you feel that your cravings are reduced? I know I've had a few people respond to me by email stating that they can't believe that this really works, that they are not craving the foods that they used to. And people are saying they're better digestion, they're sleeping better. So there's lots of great things to put down here and to recognize of how whole foods really do affect everything in our lives. So the second question on the worksheet is, what do you plan to do after the detox? How do you want to eat? So is it eating the way we are? We're going to go over all these things. And your worksheet may have a little bit different numbering. I did update it, but just take the time to acknowledge with where you are at. So transitioning out of the detox, there are lots of different ideas. So I want you to listen to them all and see what works best for your personality and for your lifestyle. So number 1 is just continue to eat this way. So if you absolutely love the food and the style of eating this way once you've graduated from the program, there is nothing wrong with focusing on fresh whole foods. So in fact, this is the way I eat most of the time. It's a great way to make sure that your body is getting the nutrition it needs for optimum function. And if you do choose to stay this way, there is nothing wrong with it. It is completely healthy, but I would suggest just revising your supplements. So if you want to do this long term, I would recommend just 1 B and 1 C vitamin. Your vitamin D, we're in the winter months and most of us here are from Minnesota. So you still may want to be taking a higher dosage of vitamin D depending on how your levels are and how often you go outside. And then cycle the milk thistle. Take it daily for 2 weeks, then not for 2 weeks. It loses its efficacy if we use it too often. So option 2, you're like, okay, I don't think I can commit to eating this way forever, but I would like to see about maybe extending the detox. That you might feel that you want to dig a little bit deeper. Maybe this is your second or your third detox, and you want to give yourself a little bit more of a challenge. So dig deeper and give your body even more of a break so you can easily extend the detox over the weekend, or maybe a full week, or maybe the goal of like 10 days. You probably have a lot more recipes that you would like to try, or maybe some favorites you had that you would really like to enjoy. I go overboard on the recipes for many different reasons, so that there is something for everyone, for their taste buds, for your time, for budget, different things like that, but also for the option of if you would like to extend the detox, there are so many more things to do. And definitely look at those quick meals guides. I eat that way so often, just quick meals throughout the day, or for my meals. So if you extend your detox, congratulations. Please post that in Facebook, your goal for additional support from all of us. And I would love to hear how it goes. So the Facebook group is going to remain open. However, you are going to be invited to my VIP client group that is going to be more active on a daily basis. And as the detox starts to slowly come to an end, there'll be less and less posts into our group as well. So just think about what would be right for you. If you want to do it over the weekend, or maybe you do it with some different rules, whatever it is good. But just always remembering to focus, no matter where you are, on nutrient-dense whole foods, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, proteins, healthy fats, and lots of water. If you continue to eat this way or continue on the detox, then you also want to avoid processed foods, sugar, dairy, gluten, corn, red meat, pork, alcohol, and caffeine. And there's many people that continue on this way, but add in back the pork, red meat, and corn, maybe the caffeine. So those are the ones that are really easy to add back in and just focus on a whole foods diet. So option number 3 is going to be safely reintroduce the top inflammatory foods. So the top 3 that we took out that cause a lot of issues with people, they are gluten, dairy, and sugar. So we just did 5 days, the start of elimination diet. You just got through the hardest part. Now you can start to add them back in one at a time to get a sense of how your body is impacted by each food group. And this is determined by listening to your body, listening to the reactions to what works best for you. There's many different tests out there to talk about sensitivity to foods, but the real way to understand your body is by eliminating the food and putting it back in and listening to what the messages are. So the first one would be to safely reintroduce dairy. So I would suggest to add dairy back in for about 3 days while still avoiding gluten and sugar. Now, if you are patient and would go a week with these, you're going to be even better. But what we want to do is when you put it back in, really put it back in. Then you can notice, you can see, okay, how am I feeling? Am I getting diarrhea? Am I having gas? Do I have a lot of bloating and swelling in my belly? Maybe you have more pain and cramping, headaches, migraines, acne. If you have skin issues, a lot of times it's a dairy issue. That's the first thing when I see someone breaking out, like, okay, that's toxins, it's probably some dairy. Rash, wheezing, like a lot of congestion issues happen with dairy as well. So think about the runny noses, tightness in the throat, things like that. So listening to your body is a key factor in health. and seeing what your unique body is. We all are the same in that, yes, we should all eat more vegetables and we should all drink more water and move our bodies more and different things like that. But beyond that, we all are unique, and sometimes even whole healthy foods might not react to our body in a positive way. So we have to listen to see what works best for us. The second one I would introduce is gluten. So adding gluten in your diet for 3 days while avoiding dairy and sugar. Now, if you add dairy in and you have no symptoms at all, then you can continue with dairy and gluten. It is most effective, though, if you can keep out dairy and sugar, so you can just really point in at gluten. This one was such a surprise for me. I didn't realize I had a gluten intolerance. Because that's what I knew in my life. I didn't know that I could feel so much more energy and so much less, or to have the pain go away, and also the anxiety and different things like that. So it is amazing as I work with clients how one person gluten might affect their anxiety, someone else they're talking about the reduction in their knee pain, and somebody else is saying it gives them more clarity of mind. So really listen in if it's digestive issues like gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, fatigue, brain fog, attention issues, headaches, pain, inflammation of joints, anxiety, depression, mood swings. So listen in to see if gluten is a good thing for you or it's not. And again, if you're buying something from the gluten-free aisle, always read the box, because a lot of times those are still processed foods and they want us to think that they're really healthy, but they might not be. So, and then lastly, it would be safely reintroducing sugar. So this one is one that, you can, if the gluten and the dairy are good for you, you can add the sugar back in with those. But again, it's up to you and how your body is. And just a quick sugar 101, sugar is just, when you have a craving for it, it's just our body asking for energy. The sugar comes into our bloodstream, but it wreaks havoc onto the blood sugar levels, pushes it sky high, and it causes you like this excitability. Sometimes you might have this nervous tension, hyperactivity, but then what happens? That roller coaster comes extremely low, and it causes you fatigue, depression, and anxiety. So to get back up, we need to eat more sugar, and it is this roller coaster. So what you have just done is this 5 days without any processed refined sugar. And so you now have the ability to just stay on just more of a constant little baby roller coaster, eating the foods that can give us constant energy. So sugar does cause weight gain. It feeds disease. So if you have a friend who has cancer, has anything going on with inflammation, healing from a fall, we don't want to bring them cookies. We want to bring them, a nutrient-dense meal instead. So just look out for especially the inflammation and the weight gain when you add in sugar. But sugar is addictive, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard it's 10 times more addictive than cocaine. And this is why a lot of processed foods have sugar. Yes, it tastes great. It gets the food shelf life longer, but also they want to make money, and they know if they make it with sugar that we're going to keep wanting it. So even when you have a small amount, just be aware that it does create your desire for more. So see how your personality is. I have some clients who can have sugar and have, like dark chocolate every day and just be happy with that. And I have other people who just that little bit creates a frenzy of eating more, and so they can't have any processed sugar. So see how your personality and how it relates to you. And it's addictive because when you quit sugar, a lot of you experience that we have these withdrawal symptoms like headaches and mood swings and cravings and fatigues, and you have just gone through all of that. So as you listen to your body, just pay close attention to what's happening when you go back to eating the way you used to. Are you getting achy joints? If so, it's very likely that gluten is probably the issue. If you are having, stuffy nose, that's very often going to be something with dairy. So if you have this consistent energy, again, up and down, there might be too much sugar sneaking back into your system. Sugar really does mess with our blood sugar and our energy. So the truth is, the food that we eat affects every aspect of our life. And, for me, if I wouldn't have changed the way I eat, I mean, I probably wouldn't be having this well, I know I wouldn't be doing this, and I would probably still be in pain every day and suffering. And I believe suffering is optional in our mind and in our body, and that there are lots of things that we can do to heal ourselves. So we can really eat that tasty food. I think a lot of you agree, like, wow, this was easier than I thought. The food was actually good. And you feel great, and you're fully supported with your health and listening to all the messages. So now I would ask you to pick one new healthy habit. So, what is one thing that you had during the detox that you want to keep doing? Maybe it's the Epsom salt bath, maybe it's the hot lemon water, maybe it's just drinking a lot more water throughout the day, having a lot of vegetables. What is something that spoke to you that you thought, oh, I really like adding that to it? Maybe it's having some more tea. So put that on the worksheet about what is the plan? What is that thing that you really love to do? So to help you to become more accountable, I would love for you to also post this in Facebook, share it in, whatever kind of chat room you have, and then you could also share it with your friends and your family so everybody can help make you more accountable. So conversely, I would also encourage you to choose one bad habit that you won't pick up again. So what's one thing that you've been doing that you know is not the best for you going forward? And this happens, right? We pick up bad habits and no big deal, but you took action by signing up for this 5-day Whole Foods detox. And you can do what you want with it, but this is a great chance, a point of your life where we can leave something behind. And letting go of something takes a lot of courage. So for a lot of people, they do this to get rid of their Diet Coke addiction. Some people are saying, oh, they didn't realize how mindlessly they would just grab food and eat it and not even think about it. So think about what is that thing that you would be okay for letting go of. And I invite you to write it down on your worksheet so you have that there. I also invite you to put a note in your calendar for 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, and say, how's it going keeping up? Great job keeping up the no Diet Cokes. Great job doing this. Because then if you did slip, you can know, oh, I did say I was going to do this. Let me get back on. And sometimes you might think, I am just happy I did the 5 days and that's all I can do. And that is fine. One thing I might invite you to do that is fairly easy is just when you buy, just stick to the Dirty Dozen Clean 15 list. And this is that list that the Environmental Working Group puts out every year. And it's the 12 dirtiest foods. So which ones have the most pesticides in them when we eat? And simply by buying these 12 produce items organically, we're going to save 80% of our pesticide consumption. So these are like strawberries and spinach and nectarines and apples, peaches, pears, cherries, grapes, celery, tomatoes, bell peppers, and potatoes. Now, the Clean 15 list are the ones we can save some money on. Because we sometimes want to be on a budget and we don't want to have to buy everything organically. So there are many foods, especially ones that tend to have like a hard shell, like avocados and cantaloupe and pineapples. Those are more protected by the pesticides and don't always get as much into the food itself. So think about those on the list, that you can maybe buy conventionally with the pesticides in them. So just to remind you, and I think you all know, the best investment we truly can make in our lives is with our health. Um, I think our society today is we're supposed to work, work, work and make all this money. And, 80 to 90% of the time when people come to the doctor, it's about stress. And that stress can turn into chronic issues or even a terminal illness. And then we take all of our money that we made to try to heal and get on medication. And so this is the time of your life to say, that's not going to be me, and I'm going to make an investment in making sure that I'm buying foods that are going to support me to move more, to think better, and to do what's going to help you be happier and healthier overall. So one thing in the 5-day detox is I love to provide a lot of bonuses, and I like to over deliver as much as I can. So just go in there, and if you have not downloaded these yet, this would be a great time to do it. The private webpage will probably be open for about another 3 weeks, so you have some time, but I would suggest getting it done right away. So there's bonus snack recipes, so when you are craving something, go, oh, I should make the kale chips or the chickpeas or whatever it is. One guide, which is wonderful, is the Make It Last, your post-detox how-to guide. And this has strategies of how to continue on with the detox. And I invite you all to sit down and really go through that guide. There's a strategy of deepening your cleanse. So if you want to keep going, there's also guides like just your blank shopping list. What can you use? Free online yoga resources. Those are my favorite yoga classes that I like to refer to my clients when they're just beginning or to advanced. So you can get a lot of great things on YouTube, but it just takes time to cipher them out. So I've done that for you. There's additional 5-day detox recipes on my website. And then you can also search and see my 2 webinars, Detox Secrets and Detoxing for Beginners. So the Make It Last handbook is great because it gives your healthy habits into daily, weekly, and monthly times. So it has a meal planning template, a pantry stocking guide, a core shopping list, and then I created a worksheet that's my backslide habits. So this is just when you feel like maybe you're heading down an unhealthy road. And I also want to stress that perfection is not attainable. We tend to in life, when we're trying to go for a goal to be healthy or whatever it is, it tends to not be a straight line all the way up. It tends to be going down and up. But the most important thing is that we just get back right on. And when we indulge in something, I always think, well, the next day I have to be a little bit more healthy or something like that. So recognizing what's happening within your body when you eat sometimes the bad foods. And this way of eating, it's not, the 5 days is not about this short-term diet. The whole point of it is about long-term change. When you emotionally connect with why you want to do something, and when you actually can feel your body being supported, you are more likely to have a long-term lifestyle change. And that is what I teach with my clients as well, that it is about these small changes we make that create something big. But sometimes when we do a diet and it's short-term, we tend to have a lot of weight loss. And then we don't feel good about ourselves because we go right back to where we were, maybe even worse. And we keep going up and down. But truly just eating whole foods and is a way that is really fun because you don't have to count calories or points. You just are thinking about your nutrients for the day. I just want to let you know some of the things that I offer with Mindful Health. I do private health coaching. So if you are interested in seeing if that is something that you would like to investigate further, I do offer a free 30-minute discovery session where we go over your health and your goals and we see if we are a good match. And just to let you know, I don't take everyone that I meet with. I really need to see and hear that you are willing to make a change in your life. A lot of people want to change, but they're not always willing to go that extra mile. So let me know and we can talk about it a little more and set up something. Also, I do wellness workshops in person. So if you are looking to inspire yourself and your coworkers more in a fun and engaging way, let me know. I have almost 20 workshops that I have written, and I would love to come into your workplace or maybe into your church or different types of groups. I use an interactive, informative, and fun approach to facilitate active learning and to also have individual power empowerment. And I would like you to all mark your calendars. I will be doing a spring 5-day Whole Foods cleanse, May 7th to the 11th. And it is just so much fun for me to support all of you this last week. And I loved the way that you supported each other. So this Whole Foods cleanse will focus more on spring recipes. Spring is the best time to do a detox. I shouldn't say the best. It's good to do one 4 times a year to constantly do it, but spring is that natural time where we tend to have the most weight loss results, because a lot of these foods that are naturally detoxing are going to be in season in the spring. So, and as a bonus for all of you, if you are interested to sign up for spring, so if you sign up in the next 2 days, I'm going to give you 10% off the early bird registration. So you can have 2 discounts. So email me at info@mindfulhealthwithlori.com to secure your spot. And I also would love to get your opinion. I'm always looking to improve my programs and would love to hear what you liked and what you didn't like. So feel free to give me a call or email me. But feedback is the best way for me to know what you like. I put this program together based on what I was like 6 years ago. And so I'm always trying to think about how I can best serve all of you. So please let me know. And if you would like to continue with some daily healthy inspiration, please like my public mindful health page. And if you would like to receive those posts every day, make sure you just select see first or notifications, because as you probably all know on Facebook, they always are changing the algorithms. So you need to do that. I'm going to put out an email also with an invitation to join my private VIP client group. That is where I do post about 5 times a week, and it's more interactive. You can post recipes, different things like that as well. And I just want you to know how grateful I am that you gave this gift to yourself and for just participating with this program. I just am so thankful and honored to be doing this, and my mission is just to help give people more aha moments so they can be healthier and happier mind, body, and soul. And I want to congratulate you again on your big success. I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I really hope that you are proud of what you have accomplished. So I know that your health and wellness are just going to keep going up and up, and I'm really excited to move forward with you in your health journey. So congratulations again. So I just wanted to see now if there is any questions or anything like that that's happening. If you have any questions, feel free to post it in the chat room. And I'm going to stop sharing here. All right. So I don't see any questions here, and that's okay, because the questions might come up tomorrow or tonight, anything like that. What I would like to just say is, you know, it is Friday, and a lot of times Friday night we might go out for dinner, or we might just indulge in a glass of wine, and I would just suggest for you to wait. You can do all of that tomorrow, just to complete this 5-day Whole Foods detox. So thank you so much again. Post your questions in our Facebook group or email them to me. I also would love to have any testimonials of what you think of the program, your results, that I might be able to use for future marketing. And I'm going to put everybody who gives me a testimonial in a little basket, their names, and I'm going to pick for someone to get a free detox in the future. So I hope that's going to be a good incentive. But anyway, thank you again so much. I am grateful for all of you and wishing and blessing you a great weekend. Bye-bye.